Hey guys, it's AXN here, and today we'll be doing something kind of new. The last two reviews I've done have been on exotic weapons, and as great as they are, you can only have one equipped at a time. This leaves two slots open, and what better to fill these slots with than legendary weapons. I'll be talking about a great legendary pulse rifle today known as the Grasp of Malok. In my review of the Bad Juju, I said how the Bad Juju was a low impact, high rate of fire pulse rifle, and while yes, that is true, there is a type of pulse rifle that has an even faster rate of fire. The Grasp of Malok is one such. This weapon is great for just laying down the fire against groups of people. Now before we go any further, I will say this. Legendaries do not have guaranteed perks and customizations. What I have will almost definitely not be the same thing that you have. I will tell you what upgrades to look for this gun, and if you're lucky enough to get them, I envy you. Now you may think that getting this gun is easy, and you'd be very, very wrong. This gun is a strike-exclusive weapon dropped only when you kill the wizard known as Omnigul. This strike is pretty long, and the chances of getting a legendary, let alone the legendary strike-exclusive pulse rifle, is very low. I was able to obtain this gun by killing Omnigul, and then right after she died, have everyone in the fire team die. This will let you get the rewards from the fight, and then respawn back in the boss room. On my particular version, I have the red dot OES scope, which is useful in close quarters combat, the focus lens FLA5, which is good for the long range encounters, and the true sight IS, which comes with great target acquisition and good recoil control. I would recommend either going with a red dot sight for low zoom scopes, or if you really want to have the same scope as the Bad Juju, go for the true sight IS. My first main perk is Danger Close, which I personally think is the only thing about this gun that I would really want to have rerolled. What this does is increases the handling and reload speed of this weapon when there are two or more enemies close, but I rarely see this perk proc. The next choice I have is between Fitted Stock, which is just a stability boost, Casket Mag, which sacrifices stability for more ammo, and Will of Light, which grants bonus damage to taken enemies. I would suggest to go for anything that increases stability here. My final perk is Spray and Play, which gives a very noticeable increase to reload speed when the magazine is empty. You will see this proc a lot because of the fast rate of fire emptying your magazine. What I would suggest for the best gun possible would be for your sights any sort of red dot sight. They're all pretty clean and clear, and they work well with this gun. For the first main perk, I'd suggest you get Counterbalance, because this thing can use all the stability that it can get. For the next row, I'd suggest getting Perfect Balance. There isn't a downside to this perk, just again, more stability. Final perk's really up to you, but I'd suggest something along the lines of Third Eye or Spray and Play. On the Grasp of Malok, you cannot roll full auto, which I would recommend to get on this gun. This just makes your life a lot easier, but sadly you can't get it. Even if you have 2 out of 4 of these upgrades that I've recommended, you'll have an amazing gun. I have, personally, both the red dot sight and Spray and Play. However, I do not have Perfect Balance, just a slightly worse version of it. I also don't have Counterbalance for even more stability. Now, let's have some fun with this gun in PvP, because again, this thing is very good. When there are other legendary pulse rifles out there, such as the Nerwan's Mercy being called amazing, you'll want something to be able to counter it. And counter it, it does. The Mercy and other pulse rifles, including the Red Death, will have a much higher impact, resulting in much higher damage per shot. But this thing will feel like a bullet hose, making your enemies flinch enough to make it very difficult to kill you. But let us have a look at the numbers. At optimal range, this gun will do 24 damage on the headshot and 16 damage to the body. This is even less damage than the Bad Juju. But still, how fast does it kill? Let's just say you will be able to kill in 9 to 10 shots if you land mainly precision shots, and if you land only body shots, it will kill in 13. Now for the rate of fire, this isn't bad. You can make your opponents miss you by making them flinch, as well as melt them with this great pulse rifle. In PvP, this will be a great legendary if you have a role similar to mine. While in PvE, how does this gun perform? Well, it's okay. It isn't the best gun in the world, mainly because it will lose most of its ammo pretty fast, but you are able to do a lot of damage in a small period of time. When fighting level 40 enemies in the story mission, Blighted Coven, you will see that against red health bar enemies, you will do 420 damage to the body and 1260 damage on a crit. When fighting majors, you do 403 damage on the body and 605 damage on a crit. With the rate of fire being so high, you'll be able to see that enemies will die fast along with your ammo. You'll most likely only be able to kill about 10 low tier enemies with one magazine, but with the reload speed being naturally high, it's okay. So, in the end, how does this gun do when compared to other weapons? Well, first of all, this is the only legendary pulse rifle with this rate of fire and this impact currently in the Taken King. That alone sets it apart. However, this gun is outstandingly annoying to get, requiring hours of grinding the Omnigal Strike if you're unlucky. I personally got it in 15 minutes, one of my partners got it in 20, but me and my other two partners, after about 1.5 more hours of grinding, did not see another drop. But do I think that those potential hours of grinding for it are worth it? Personally, I do. This gun is pretty average in PvE, but in PvP, it's quite unique. The 6-shot kills, like the Red Death, may be ridiculous, but this gun is a great way to counter them by the sheer amount of ammo that this gun can expend. This gun feels like it shoots too fast for its own good, and I guess that's the only bad thing in PvP. You actually have to be kinda good at aiming if you want to be able to use this gun to its full potential. And that's the only reason really not to use this gun. It'll take some actual skill and some knowledge to use this thing. And that's fine, because if you could pick up this gun and immediately melt people with it, what fun would that be? It does not seem that good to have great weapons that anyone could use. So if you get this gun, make sure that you then know how to use it, and if you do, have fun. For a legendary pulse rifle, this thing is definitely able to compete with those that are exotic. But anyways guys, make sure to leave a comment down below if you have any sort of suggestions for this series. If there is an exotic that I haven't reviewed yet, let me know, because I'll always choose a gun that you guys would rather have me do than one that I would just choose randomly from my assortment of guns. Leave a like on this video, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to stick around, because I'll be seeing you guys later.